Today, on the Scout Show, hoops news to talk about in the mitten, a couple of football prospects who man the trenches in Indiana have committed, and the offers keep coming to recruits at Pickerington Central in Ohio. That and more, next. Welcome to episode 6 of the State Champs Scout Show presented by Lawrence Technological University. Recruit yourself at LTUathletics.com. I'm Lauren Plant, and it's such a unique time, right? In the world of recruiting, no college football in much of the Midwest, lots of time for staffs to find the next superstars. Maybe you'll see him here. Former Michigan State quarterback Ryan Van Dyke is back dropping more knowledge, but we've got non-football news too. Let's start with 24/7 Sports and Scout team member Alan True and Ohio news.
This is Alan True with the latest in recruiting news in the state of Ohio. Pickerington Central's Tyler Gillison has been a rising name early this season. Gillison is a 6'3", 245-pound junior defensive lineman who has added offers from Akron and Cincinnati on the strength of his first couple of games. Gillison came into the season already holding an offer from Toledo and has an older brother, Trenton, playing at Michigan State and hopes to hear more from the Spartans in the near future. Pickerington Central has been on a hot streak as far as their linemen and other recruits getting offers. Junior guard Kobe Asamoah was offered by Akron recently. That is the first offer of the process for the 6'4", 300-pound Asamoah, who is also hearing from a variety of other schools. Likewise, defensive lineman Dakari Frazier had no offers at the start of the Tigers' first game, but after a good performance on national TV, he reeled in an offer from Toledo, his first. That has quickly been followed up by Bowling Green and Akron for the 6'4", 245-pound Frazier. Findlay has one of the state's top sophomores in Luke Montgomery, a 6'5", 265-pound defensive end and tight end who could still grow into more positions at the next level. Also an excellent basketball player, Toledo recently offered Montgomery, joining Western Michigan, his other existing offer. West Virginia, Notre Dame, and Michigan State have also shown interest, and Montgomery has taken unofficial visits to each of those three programs. Moving over to the baseball diamond, Akron has received verbal commitments from two in-state recruits, Lakota West's Jacob Beal and Lakota East's Mike Sprocket. Beal is a 6'3" pitcher and third baseman, while Sprocket is a 5'11" catcher. That's it for recruiting news in the state of Ohio this week. I'm Alan True.
Checking in from Indiana, I'm Scott Bernstein. From beyond the grave, straight from Circle City, the SEC has reeled in the Grim Reaper. Indianapolis Pike senior defensive end Kyran the Grim Reaper Montgomery has committed to Missouri, choosing the Tigers over Minnesota and Florida State. The 6'4", 265-pound Montgomery is called the Circle City's Grim Reaper on the gridiron because he's known all around Indianapolis for putting opposing field generals in the ground. Scouting services peg him a 3-star recruit, and he's already logged 20 tackles, 2 sacks, and 5 hurries so far this season. Last year, he recorded 100 wrap-ups and 7 sacks. Over at Center Grove, senior offensive lineman Carter Degraff is ready to keep making his mark in the trenches all around the Midwest. The 6'6", 310-pounder committed to Illinois State over the weekend. When he suits up for the Redbirds next fall, Degraff will have played in 3 different states in the American heartland in a 3-year period. He played in Michigan last fall at Hudsonville, where his club won a district title, equivalent to a sectional crown in the IHSAA, before returning to Center Grove, where he played as a freshman and sophomore in the offseason. Western Michigan, Central Michigan, and Army were all in the hunt for his services as well. Transitioning to the hardwood recruiting scene, North Harrison senior big fella Langdon L.T. Hatton and Heritage Hills senior power forward Blake Sisley both committed to Division I programs last week, with Hatton committing to William & Mary and Sisley committing to Evansville. These guys are prototype stretch fours, standing 6'11" and 6'9" respectively and possessing sweet touches from downtown. They both averaged 18 points and 8 rebounds a night last season. For State Champs in Indiana, Scott Bernstein signing off.
Hey guys, the State Champs Sports Network is committed to high school sports. We have 2 shows airing weekly. State Champs Extra Point is built for the high school football fan. Premiering Mondays, we've got highlights and features from Ohio, Indiana, Michigan starting soon, and beyond. State Champs High School Sports Show covers the tri-state area with a focus on all the other fall sports in play. Highlights and coverage you just can't find anywhere else. Those shows drop every Friday. And for even more highlights, check out each state's individual social channels or on our website, statechampsnetwork.com. I'm Lauren Plant in Michigan. Michigan State women's basketball coach Susie Merchant tweeted out Friday that the feeling was like Christmas and birthday at the same time after finding out that 5-star point guard Demia Dee Dee Hageman of Detroit Edison had committed to the Spartans. Offered by the Spartans as a freshman, Hageman averaged 12 points, 7 assists per game for the unbeaten Pioneers last spring, earning first-team All-State honors from the Associated Press for the 2nd straight year and Best of the Best honors from BCAM for the first time. She was also a finalist for the State Champs All-Junior team and is the number 21 ranked player nationally in the 2021 graduating class, according to ESPN W Hoop Girls ranking. She may not have gotten much notice after a freshman season that ended with a first-round playoff exit by the Buchanan Bucks, but she earned honorable mention on the Associated Press Division II All-State team. I'm talking about 6'5" post Faith Carson. She has become a center of attention on the AAU circuit. Over the span of 3 weeks, Carson picked up her first 4 offers, garnering Division I bids from Michigan State, Western Michigan, Xavier, and Detroit Mercy. There is 5 inches of difference in their height, a ton of disparity in their games, but no difference in where Zeelandese Clarebel Twins are headed for college. Both Brandon Clarebel, the 6'5" outside shooter, and Nate, the 6'10" center, headed to Ferris State as the final pieces in Coach Andy Bronkma's 2021 recruiting class committing over the weekend. Between the two of them, they averaged 27.5 points and 13.5 rebounds per game for the Chicks, who went 16-6 last spring before the season was halted prior to the district finals. Ferris's recruiting class already includes Grand Rapids Forest Hills Northern's Ethan Erickson and Waterford Kettering's Benny Crenshaw. Plenty of familiar names hit Twitter with new contacts and offers when the calendar flipped over to September and coaches were allowed to send messages to junior class recruits. But there were also some new names getting D1 bids. Dearborn Divine Child 2023 guard Dylan Senda is a known commodity, but his Falcons line mate junior Brady Plauka has started to get some recruiting traction this month, picking up offers from Central Michigan and Akron on September 1st. The 6'5", 270-pound Plauka plays offense and defensive tackle for the Falcons, starting 9 games at right tackle last season for Divine Child. Along with 2023's Patrick Valelli and Noah Thomas, both 6'5" or taller, Plaucha helps give the Falcons a towering offensive line to protect quarterback Vincent Booth. That's it for right now in Michigan. I'm Lauren Plant.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Ryan Van Dyke from Quarterback University, here to add to our segment of the recruiting do's and don'ts of Recruiting 101. All right, social media in the world that we live in is really the facade of what people think that they know about you. Some don'ts. Anything that is profanity-laced, that has any type of racial innuendo, anything regarding women, get that stuff off your page, guys. It needs to be about football. You need to show what a great person you are, who you're helping. You know, that doesn't just go for you either. That pertains to family and friends because they comment on posts too. So you need to pay attention to that stuff because as a college coach, I would go on your Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram page, and I would try to search for something. In the world that we live in, these coaches cannot have distractions, especially when it pertains to social media. So make sure the social media is a great representation of you. Number 2 is relationships, okay? So football is a relationship sport, all right? There is 11 guys on the field at the same time. You guys are all communicating with each other and everything has to go as planned. So the relationship piece is how you get to achieve that. Knowing your guy, like I always tell my quarterbacks, the most important word in the English language is somebody's name. All right, learn everybody's name. Know everybody in the training staff, the coaches, the custodian, because that might just be the person when that recruiter is walking through the school, they pull aside and say, hey, tell me about Ryan Van Dyke. What's he like? So you want to have those relationships in place to where, you know, it's not just to be able to catapult you in football, but also when football's over, you're going to have all those people to go to and, you know, ask questions, be friends with, maybe ask for a job, maybe get some guidance, maybe some mentorship. Because relationships make the world go round, guys. It's not what you know, it's who you know, and they want to know how much you care, okay? So I'll be back next week to further explore Recruiting 101 and the do's and don'ts. This is Ryan Van Dyke from Quarterback University signing off.
I want to thank Ryan Van Dyke and the entire Scout team. For more recruiting news, check out Matt Mowry's and Scott Bernstein's weekly Scout team blogs on our website, statechampsnetwork.com. Always an informative read. See you next week. State Champs Scout Show is proudly presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare.